what's going on? This is Fizz. Subscribe to the channel, share my videos if you like them. You know, I discuss health and general topics, whole variety. And today's discussion is going to be the fall winter time and how it's a challenge to make you stronger. And the seasons are changing. There's variables all around. The environment, the quality of air, obviously the temperature. Things are dying. That's happening all the time. A renewal of life. But particularly a lot of plants that die off per season, but a lot of them, you know, lose their leaves, lose certain aspects to their qualities in the winter. Now, when we talk about the fall/winter, and obviously geographically it's going to be a little different where you're at. When you're the person who you are, you're going to feel that, and you should resonate with what you have to say or what you want to feel. But don't resist yourself. Don't limit yourself. Go against yourself. You know, the cold, whether you believe in God, yourself, it's just a challenge for you. It's for you to overcome. But as I use challenge, don't take that with it like a needle in a haystack. Because it's not, you know, the cold's only cold when you say it is. It's only a challenge when you say it is. Some people like it's all in the mind, all in the head, and I have a video specifically on that. A lot of my videos resonate with the same thing. Maybe different topics, but they always ultimately go back to the root one. That's why a lot of people always sound like they're repeating themselves or hitting the same thing, the same notes. It all comes from nothing, but out of nothing leads to something. There's actually nothing to talk about, but there's nothing to talk about, so there really is nothing, but they spur something up because they want to, whether it's to buy some time, entertain, expand some knowledge, teach someone something, whatever it is, because it's all the same and all is one. And that's how it goes around and comes around. The energy, you know, it just cycles around the earth, and it's constantly going. It never stops. It's always growing. In the cold, you know, it's just another season. You know, don't be afraid that it's cold out. Well, you know, you are the heat. You are the cold. You know, you're only cold because maybe you got stagnant or you sat down to eat, and you know, you used energy towards something else. Maybe to promptly rest, rejuvenate, and gain more energy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, saying it's cold, okay, we can say it's cold, but what does that mean fundamentally, rudimentally? How is this affecting you? Is it cold where like you don't want to do anything, you don't want to go outside even though it is a clear sky and there's a bright sun and it's a great day to be alive, especially out in nature, getting fresh air, sunlight, oxygen, being alive, maybe being alone, maybe being thriving with other people or just a couple people, getting that blood circulating throughout the body so it can hit the head. Your body loves to move, whether your mind, you know, consistently, simultaneously always moves to some degree, whether you acknowledge it or not. And that's okay. You know, there is no right or wrong there. But just because you're sitting down and all in your mind, and let's say you sat down for a long time, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But, you know, getting blood, pumping it to that, to the brain, into the whole body, because your whole body it needs to be promoted throughout of it, and then it helps to detoxify the body toxins that accumulate, and things are just circulating. So you get rid of all that nasty stuff and you get fresh air, fresh life. And I know this isn't, it's all the same thing, but cancer, if we want to talk about it, and most diseases, to a degree, not all of them, is people who become stagnant, whether it's emotionally or usually physically. They're just not moving, you know. People, you see people that eat junk food, people that are always moving, that ain't too caught up in their thoughts. You can stimulate the mind and stir it all the time, but your body needs physical movement too. You know, if your body's in shape, your physical body, then you're on your way to a good mental state. You're on your way to a perfect spiritual way. And, you know, you'll catch on to these things that I'm talking about, or in some of my other videos, or other things that you'll learn from the community, the environment, or someone else may teach you, or you may begin to teach. Whether it's accidental or you're aiming for it, you're striving for it. People feel different ways about different things. That's unique, and that's the individuality. But don't let the cold beat you up. You know, the coldest day is only going to be the coldest day. It's not going to be that cold forever. It's going to fluctuate. It's going to get warm. It's only cold when you say it is. But what does that mean? Nothing. It just means it's cold, just a description. It's more so just the feeling. I don't care what the weather forecast says and how many degrees. How's it feel to you? The degrees could be minus 20 Fahrenheit, but what does it feel to you? It might feel like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, it's all about what it feels to you, not what someone else is saying, or what else someone else is saying it feels like. What's it feel like to you? If someone says eating meat is bad, but you feel great when you eat meat, then, you know, take that into consideration psychologically. Not everyone's going to feel the same about something. Some people might not be able to get over their cold, the mental aspect. Their body's not meant for it / designed for it. That's fine. But if you're in there in the moment and you have to deal with something, you know, whatever going to fit you best at the moment. Like if you can't really stand the cold, then get out of it. And these next couple of days where I'm at in Pennsylvania, it's accidentally getting warmer, and it's gonna get warmer the next couple days. Well, that's fine, you know, but I mean, that's great. I know people love the warm, but once it gets too hot, what's gonna happen again? Oh, it's too hot, you know, I can't take the heat, I'm sweaty, you know. But sweat's just a good thing. It's your body is a natural heat source. Your body is the sun. It really is, and it's always heating up inside and generating. The only reason you may feel cold is because you know, go sprint real quick or hit a workout. You're not going to feel cold, you know, especially if you do some strength training, whatever it is. It can just be on body weights. It doesn't, or it can be lifting a couple weights, whatever that weight may be. Whatever object that means. It could be a bucket of rocks or a backpack full of bricks. It doesn't have to be going to the gym, doing some pull-ups, some push-ups, you know, you get something in. Even doing a couple sprints just real quick, just moving real quick, you know, you could be outside all night. It's not gonna be cold. You keep warming yourself up, your body, and you have to take this into experience and just be aware, because it is experiential. It's kind of to experiment. Heats down and cools up naturally to an extent, but it is like rejuvenation. But you also have to put that into play, you know. You can do breathing exercises, and yeah, you can control stuff. A lot of people don't have that knowledge though. So, and I find it even better, which that's on a whole different subject, but it's even better just to move the body. I always feel better when I move the body, no matter what, whether I'm sick, down, depressed, if I'm letting that get to me, because I have to say I feel that way, or I have to feel that way. But you can get past that, because the energy is all around you. You know, whether you need to smoke some weed and realize this, whether you need to go talk to somebody that, you know, that's living it up, or has that good energy, that knows what they're talking about, something that can energize you, like the energized bunny, something or just maybe a song that can lift you up, or maybe a meditation that can get you in your spirit, or playing some music that makes you feel good. Whatever it is that's going to lift your spirit and make you feel more in tune and be aware of what's going on. That could be just sitting down too. And there's so many multiple things, and some things resonate with people in other different ways. And we can't judge people. We got to respect their ways. Nothing's bad. And especially in nature, you know, a lion's going to rip a zebra's head off. Some people might not see that every day, so it's going to be new, and it might be a nuisance to them, per se. But these things are all in common, and there's not really a good or a bad, but we must respect how things go on. You know, if we feel like we got to take an act or something, then we got to do that. Or we may persist, but we got to do it in control, a control of manner. Now, there's no difference between you and me or where we're at climate. Some of our bodies may have slight genetic differences and codes built into them, structures, and different physical capabilities, maybe even, per se, disabilities. And that's what makes us all unique, but it's not it can be a game changer, but at the same time not. It's if you're gonna let it to be. There's people who have no feet that freaking walked across the US with their hands, obviously. Their hands were their feet. They moved all across them. I'm getting under some fixtures, so it's gonna get dark probably a couple seconds. You know, just because someone else says something and you have to do something, you don't have to listen to them at all. Or you could listen to them and respect what they have to say. Don't let them steal your energy, though. You are you. Don't let that negativity force you. You know, if it's really forcing you into something, you can't stand it, family member, work environment, or just the cold, you know, then do something about it. Get away from it if it's really affecting you. It's all there to make you better and embrace you and challenge you. It might not be the best for you. I'll admit that. You might not even want to be there, but you are there. So it's either A, leave the situation, endure it, speak about it, or do something about it in that very moment, or just take it in and observe it. That's what a lot of people like Jesus and a lot of legacies, they observe things. Socrates, maybe Plato, even all these people that you hear about, Moses, they all pretty much do the same thing. Some of them have psychedelic experiences. Some of them hallucinate. Some of them starve themselves, aka fasting. Some of them just have mystical experiences out of nowhere with no, you know, I don't know, no willingness to get there, kind of unexpectedly. Come here. Got my dog, we're about to cross the street. Sit. Good dog. It's not my dog. I watched the dog for somebody. Well, more so just drops her off. But randomly. So, you know, don't let these things become you, because you are them. You are the master. You are the controller. You've probably seen I don't know, like Avatar the Airbender, or people who can, you know, mess with the elements, because that's what we are. There is elements, and there's other things such as like climate. You know, there is climate changes in different regions of the world. There's rain, there's snow, sleet, and there's cold, and there's hot, there's warm, subtropical, tropical, desert. That's probably even a little different than tropical, because deserts kind of fluctuates. And then there's the ice cold, the Arctic, you know, and then there's like subarctics. I don't know all the specific names, but there's different subterranean levels, and there's probably even more that fluctuate in certain regions of the same place crazily. And it's true, I haven't been there, and there's different things, and people become adapted. But yes, there is a thing of adaptation, but it's also a mindset. You know, you can get through anything. You just got to tell yourself that, and keep embracing yourself, lifting it up. And you should lift each other up, everyone. Be nice to who you can be pleasant, when you can. Don't let things destroy you, or you can destroy it. This energy's all around us, and we can do the best we can to make of it. You know, everything takes energy, and don't use your thoughts against you in that type of energetic level. And we are magnet. So, you know, if you're thinking positive all the time, you're gonna start doing positive things, whatever that is. Even negative things could ultimately be you're gonna see negative things positive. You're gonna feel them differently. You're gonna see them differently, and they're gonna be your whole perspective of things is gonna change. You know, once you start loving, it's not just a love between you and your girlfriend. It's a love that's universal. You're gonna feel love all around. You're gonna love everything. You don't want to necessarily limit your love. There's no reason to. Why would you ever do that? Does that even sound scientific? Limiting your love. The message of God, or the message of the legends, probably most of the philosophers and stuff like that. You know, these are the people who respect one another, that use all the resources. It's never good to limit yourself. Limiting yourself is pretty much a survival tactic. It can be used as a discipline thing too, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there's no need to really go there unless you want to. It's all about where you want to go and how you want to develop. Some things happen to people on purpose and accidentally, and then they get into these things just like that. It's different from everybody, but don't let that make or break you. What happened yesterday's, you know, it's not even relevant anymore. You could use from it, you could build from it, you could learn from it. It could discourage you for the next week, the next month. It could take you down for the rest of your life, maybe into the spiritual world, to the afterlife. But why would you let that do that? It's time to stand up and make a difference. So take that into consideration. I think I'll end it right here. Pretty much. Sub to the channel. Give me a like. Let me know how you feel. Don't be afraid. You have the choice of your thoughts, and then once you start to control them and master them, it all comes into play. You may need some help. You may need some direction. But once you start feeling it and getting it to the routine, you know, you kind of, whatever works for you, it might not work for someone else. Different practices are what makes a person great. You know, a conversation starts out of nothing. That's because there really is nothing to talk about. And that's why when you do talk about a lot of things, ultimately, once you start seeing it, it's all the same thing. People break it down differently, talk about something that may seem different, but it all correlates to the same thing. So share my videos, give me a like, check out some of my other videos. If you have anything you want me to talk about, let me know. And also, I want, again, the cold, embrace it. Go with it. It's not really that cold. You heat up your body, you're gonna think it's hot out. Yesterday I was thinking it's hot out, and all I did was walk, and it was, you know, it was super hot when inside. Everyone else is gonna act like it's cold or something. And then we got these things like I was talking about the elements, and some people say earth, wood. There's a couple different names that people say for it, but again, we're all electricity. And once we get this heat in us, it's fine. So there's fire, there's air, wind, there's earth, which could be rock or wood. There's water, of course. Yeah, and I think I pretty much said it. There's the five, you know, air, water, fire, and earth. And then there's ether, which is like electricity. And it's just, it's a little bit different. Ooh. It's alright, buddy. You just ground your car off the ground, but it's alright. And there's those. I just wanted to say it to reinstate of what I was saying. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you have a blissful day. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Starting to really feel it in my arm, holding it up. Have a nice day.